Jared Bernstein spoke at length about where you guys stand on the government shutdown at this point, but how would you describe right now the relationship and the communications between the Speaker and the President?
So I don't have a conversation to read out. Obviously, the President is in constant communication with leaders, with congressional members on a regular basis. He gets updated by his team on what's going on in particular with the budget conversations. Don't have anything to read out on that Speaker-POTUS relationship. They've talked a couple of times. They've seen each other a couple of times. But as it relates to the CR, we think that there's a way forward, a bipartisan way forward. We've seen this done before, and that's what the President wants to see. And that's what the American people deserve.
Earlier this week, Johnson was talking about Secret Service protection of Trump, but he said this about the President. He said, "They don't let me talk to the President very often. That may not be a big surprise to you all. We communicate through staff. It's a pretty sad situation, and in fact, it's a pretty scary situation." Is it true that the President is just not talking to the Speaker?
It's not unusual for staff to have regular conversations with congressional staff. That is not unusual. That is something that happens pretty regularly. We have an Office of Ledger Affairs for that purpose. And so when there's an important moment for the President and the Speaker to speak, obviously the President has that conversation. Right now, we're talking about a short-term CR. That is not a difficult thing. It really isn't. It is not a difficult thing to get done. It is a easy thing for action for Congress to take. It should be something that they can decide on in a bipartisan way, as they've done many times before, and get it done, really. As it relates to Secret Service, that is something that Secret Service can speak to. That is something that we don't talk about from here. It comes from Secret Service. The President has been very clear after July 13th, when we saw the attempted assassination in Butler, Pennsylvania. The President said we needed to increase, he wanted to see an increase in the protection, and we saw that. And so the President has always been very clear about this. He's always been spoken to that in particular piece here. He wanted to see the highest level of protection. And Secret Service, the acting director, said it's happened, and so that's important too. But that's something that the Secret Service speaks to.